ready to die.
I pray you'll be alright.
El cuore resterà.
Nurture of the world.
So gay.
Gayer than me. Welcome to another fabulous episode of Gayforjustin.
We do this as a
But
lesbian.
Gay's just
Gayforjustin. But I'm gonna do this instead.
yeah, she's a lesbian. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you back. Everybody
I'm
loved
so glad.
having you on the channel when we had our coming out one, and
Yeah, it was so fun.
everybody loved you on Pillow Talk. We all love Rachelle.
Whatever.
I the most.
Yeah,
We're on a trip together right now.
Yeah. As you can see, we're in the
We're
back
in a different. Yeah, this is Monica. This is something we've been realizing that we use all this
the
trip.
time.
And you probably use it when you're traveling too,
Or wherever you go.
or wherever you go. It's called Gaydar. If you don't know what it is, go Google it. Explain to them what
Gaydar.
Gaydar is to you while I check this out.
What I think about Gaydar is what I do when I'm walking around and I'm checking out people, and I'm always like trying to figure out whether or not someone's gay or not. For women, I do find that can be tricky. Like there's the more obvious lesbians out there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm like, I have no idea.
Even in the gay world, and by gay world I mean the men side of the gay world, it's just harder to tell these days. Gaydar, as Wikipedia would say it, is a colloquialism referring to the intuitive ability of a person to assess others' sexual orientation as gay, bisexual, or heterosexual. Gaydar relies almost exclusively on nonverbal cues and LGBT stereotypes. There you go. Wikipedia. In university is when I discovered that Gaydar existed in my brain, that I had the ability to look at somebody and assess what their sexual orientation was. Even when I feel like there's a connection with another guy, they may not be straight. I mean, they may not be gay. I always want everybody to be gay. Life is more fun being gay.
Oh, there's been so many times on this trip where I'm like, I see somebody walk into a restaurant and I literally cannot even focus on anything else but that woman. How can I tell?
Yeah.
She's gay.
Rochelle's a little more obvious sometimes too. She doesn't really like.
What do you mean?
These are the key things that I use as my gaydar. When I first assess somebody, it's the visual. What do they look like? What are they wearing? A scarf? It's like a big cue. Are they wearing like fitted jeans, fitted shirts? Are they wearing jewelry? Are they wearing accessories? Because guys don't have a lot of accessories to play around with. So when somebody does, it's just a little like a little hint that they really enjoy clothing. After I've assessed them top to bottom,
Nice.
I will then go to the eyes. If I make a visual, like eye-locking connection, I feel like they're interested, whether it's sexual or not. They viewed me. Like half the time when I walk by a girl, no offense, I just I'm like, hey, how's it going? But every guy that I pass, and this is me personally, I don't think every guy is this sexually charged. So if I find that there's that visual connection or that eye-locking connection, then I can tell whether they're interested. Step number 3 needs to be an actual vocal conversation. I gotta talk to them. I gotta hear what their voice sounds like. Like the vocal intonation is huge, and then when you get close enough to well, I guess the visual is also hand gestures. What about you? When
I have nothing in terms of
baby dyke over here.
Step 1, step 2, step 3. Like I've been told, it's the way they look at their fingernails, or it's well, it's like, apparently this is a lesbian and this is not. And I realized that I've done that all my life.
There you go.
I've looked at my nails like this.
It's genetically implanted in you.
I guess probably having interaction with them is probably the biggest part of it, and that's something I don't necessarily have as much of a I don't have as much initiative as you do, where you're just like you just go for it, and whereas I'm like
so then our personalities.
I hope that I like bumped into them. I have a reason to talk to them.
Right.
I did once though.
She has done it before. She's texted me before, just literally being like, I just said hi to her. Like,
no, I didn't.
I was like,
I did
awesome.
not. I've done things like.
You did tell that girl the crush.
Yeah, no, I went up to somebody and said, because I thought she was so gorgeous, and I went up to her and said, you know what, I just think you're so beautiful. And her response was, she was so flattered, and I was like, okay, straight as an arrow.
Why isn't there a Lesdar? Or make a word that combines both guys and girls.
Yeah.
So that can just be the new
LGBT-dar.
LGBT-dar. How is your LGBT-dar doing? Leave some comments how you've used your gaydar.
I honestly feel a little bit lost in this whole...
If you have tips about how to read somebody or how to like use your gaydar, leave a comment. And as always, leave comments about topics that you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Being gay is a gift. Do you have a gift of being gay? If you have a gift of being gay, like this video.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be with you guys once a week. I hope you stay tuned for another amazing episode next week. And remember, the most important thing is to stay fabulous, y'all.